Hi everyone, what do we have cooking up in the design studio today? Wait till you see this little island refresh project we're working on. Come take a peek. So this is how my client's house sits right now. There's a front door here, there's a closet, then you go upstairs, and we're focusing on this area of the house. So when you walk in currently, there is this angled island, there is a raised bar up here, and then there's the exterior wall with the stove and hood fan, and then the refrigerator, a little bit tight with that corner pantry. And the pain points of my clients have told me about is that they find this really jammed in here. So if someone's doing dishes and the dishwasher is down, it's really hard to have the refrigerator open or have somebody else even walk. Even though this looks like there's a lot of space, there actually is not a ton of space. So this is what it looks like right now. So there is honey oak throughout the house. There is hardwood floor, however, it's been patched. So there was a previous renovation prior to my clients obtaining this house and living in it. So right now it's around here that the floor does not match. And so the big points are my clients' wishes are that they get enough counter space over here so that when they're cooking there's counter space. They do not like the two-tiered island. They just wanted everything nice and flat and functional. So this is not just so you know, this is not the only thing that we're going to be doing in this house. We are going to be refreshing a lot of areas, including all new flooring on the main floor, all new carpet upstairs in the bedrooms. They have a bonus room above the garage, all new countertops for all the bathrooms, sinks, faucets, all new paint, and possibly stair railing. And you know, there's a lot of changes that my clients want to have, and of course there's a budget associated with that. So when looking at redesigning, we're looking at actually options for the exterior cabinets, whether it's going to be we're going to repaint the cabinet doors and refresh it that way, or we're going to reface, or maybe we're going to do a little bit of both. We're not 100% sure now because the design's not finalized. Once the design's finalized, then I can start having our trade days and getting quotes. So a couple options. And I wanted to show you, I'm going to tell you right before I show you options, I'm trying to keep the plumbing close to where it is. That's going to save on the budget, and quite honestly, there's not really another place to put it. So option number one is going to provide my clients a spot, if they wish, to have 4 people seated at the island. It's going to, what I've done is I've switched the kitchen sink and the dishwasher. So it's important that I've tried to keep very good distances in this pathway. So I've done what I consider the bare minimum, 3 feet or 36 inches in between this area. And then over here by the sink and the refrigerator, I've made that 42 inches or 33 feet, 6.5 inches. That's more than enough to have one person walking and having the fridge door open. And then this wall sticks out, and we're not going to be changing that. We're not getting into any of wall business in this project. So this leaves 3 feet, 4 and 3/4 inches a distance in between here. Now, I've sent this video to my clients, and what I've said to them is if they feel maybe that this is too far out, we could bring this in and have seating for 2. The bare minimum is to have seating for 2, but I've allowed this one to do seating for 4. The other thing that I've done is I've added in a base cabinet here and an upper cabinet to give them a little bit more storage. And one of the wishes they talked about when I met with them is to have a little bit more storage, or like a coffee area, or a place to put their wine glasses and, you know, a little bottle of wine or 2. So disregard, so before I show you the 3-dimensional, one thing my clients talked about is that in their mind, they're visioning lighter outer cabinets, not white, maybe a really light gray, and then a darker island, and they really like gray. So we're going to look at this in the 3-dimensional. So disregard the backsplash. I always put something in just to make it look, you know, like it could potentially look. So this is the plan that we could go from. So we could go from this to this. So in this plan, I've taken the cabinets all the way up to the ceiling, added in a very straight crown molding. These are all shaker style doors. And here's the sink, the dishwasher's over here, These two base cabinets down here are base cabinets. They are only 18 inches deep, so seasonal things could go in there, things that you don't often need just because the counter is overhanging, and then there's enough spot for 4 people to sit. We have talked about potentially a banquette going in here, but right now I'm leaving that off just due to budget and everything else that they want in the house. So this is option number 1. Option number 2, I've totally turned this island around. So I've turned it around so that the sink is opposite the stove, the dishwasher is close to the table, close to this area. This is a little 12-inch cabinet, cookie sheets, small items. That could be for, they've got little small kids, so that could end up being actually for sippy cups or their cutlery and their kind of dishes. And then same thing, I've kept the cabinets here, and then I've only put 2 spots here, and I've added posts to make it a little bit more pretty, I guess is the best way to put it. And then of course this one has only 3 feet, so 36 inches, but nobody would be standing here and working, which is why I tightened this up a bit. This actually ends up being 4 feet, so this is a nice good walkway in here. And then of course 36 inches from here. This plan, I made this base cabinet a little bit smaller, and I've done something very different with the upper, and you'll be able to see that. So with this plan, like I said, I added in posts to give it a little bit of a nicer feature. And again, my client said the bare minimum they need is to have spots for 2 bums sitting at the island, so this is perfect. If they wanted to have another stool, then I would take out these posts. We don't need them structurally, they are there for beauty only. And then we could do 3 stools across here if they wanted to. But here's the cabinet. I've actually brought this down to be a little bit more of a china cabinet feel in the kitchen, and I've used, in this rendering, I have used different colors, different lighting, different backsplash, just to give the idea of what the potential of their house could look like. So we could go from this, we could go to this, which gives them the most, the biggest island for sure. And then, or we could go to this, so something totally different. So just looking 3-dimensionally, a tiered island that they currently have, we could go to a nice flat surface, lots of working surface, lots of space for dishes and baking and all those types of things and cooking. Or we could turn it totally around, where it be keeping the plumbing roughly where it is, but just moving it a little bit down the road and having this island. So yeah, those are the options. Those are the options that I have created for my clients. Now here's the next step. They've already been sent the video to go to look at them before I come and meet them, so they get a chance to digest and see what I've done. Then we're gonna meet, we're gonna look at option 1 versus option 2. And normally what happens is clients will choose some of option 1 and some of option 2, and we'll put those together into what we're gonna be starting to call the final option, and that's going to be the plan that we're going to use to get quotes. So I'm looking forward to sitting down with my clients, figuring out what they like about each option, coming together to make a final plan, and then we can start working on getting trade quotes and getting this project done for them. All right, take care everyone.